Hello, we are going to do section 3-1 today, which are lines and angles. Our objective for today is to identify parallel, perpendicular, and skew lines, and also to identify angles formed by two lines and a transversal. For all of our vocabulary, and you're going to love this, just write see next page for every single one, because we're going to do all of these on the next page. So let's go ahead and get started on the next page. Parallel, perpendicular, and skew lines. So first, let's draw a picture to help us be able to identify some lines here. So I'm going to draw a cube, and I'll show you how to draw a cube. First, draw a square. Next, from that square, we're going to go up diagonally at the same distance so that these three lines are parallel and about the same size. Next, we're going to connect those lines with straight lines like that. Now, I want to make this so I can see the lines behind. So I'm going to go dashed lines for everything else. So dashed line there, dashed line down here, and dashed line across. So there we have it. This didn't quite meet up here. There, it's a little closer. Okay, so now we're going to label these. So I'm going to label these as A, B, D, and then E and F are going to go here, and G and H are going to go here, and C is going to go in the back right there. Okay, now all of these we're going to assume are lines. So that means that they do continue on forever and ever in the directions. Okay, if you want to draw on all of your lines, you can, but just remember that they are lines and not just segments. All right? Okay. So now we have our figure that we can talk about. Oh, I missed one. There we go. And going up. Oh, I'm going up there. I think I almost got it. There we go. All right, so now we're going to talk about our segments, our lines, a parallel, perpendicular, skew, and then parallel planes. So parallel lines, the shorthand for writing parallel is two large lines that are parallel. They look like L's, two L's that are stuck right next to each other. So that means parallel. Parallel lines are coplanar. That means they have to be on the same plane and they do not intersect. And don't intersect. So some parallel lines here would be, for example, EF and GH would be parallel lines. So we could write EF, a line with a line symbol, is parallel to GH. Now, are there more parallel lines? Absolutely. There's tons of them. AE and FB are parallel. FB and GC are parallel. CD and EF are parallel. There's a lot of them, okay? And I just named one. Perpendicular lines, the shorthand is a perpendicular upside down T, okay? Perpendicular lines are lines that intersect at 90-degree angles. Okay, so for example, perpendicular, in this case, this is a cube. I can assume that this is a right angle there. I also have a right angle back here. I also have one back here. All of these come to right angles. There's lots of them. So let's do our example here, EG. So line EG is perpendicular to line GH. And that's one example of perpendicular lines. Skew lines, there is no shorthand for skew lines. And skew lines are not coplanar. And so, therefore, they never intersect. And some students get skew and parallel lines mixed up. Remember, parallel lines have to be coplanar, but skew lines are not coplanar. So skew lines would be like, for example, EF is going left and right, and AC is in the back and it's going up and down. So EF is in the front going left to right, and AC is in the back going up and down. Those are never going to be intersect, and they're also not on the same plane. So we could say EF is skew to AC. So there are other options for skew lines as well. EF is also skew to BD back here. A lot of students will make a mistake and say that EF is skew to CD. That's not true. Even though it kind of looks like they're not coplanar, I could possibly draw a plane between EC and FD. I could draw a plane in there, so don't make that mistake. EF and CD are actually parallel, not skew. So it would be like, and they also both go left and right, so that's another indication that they're not skew. So EF and BC, because this one goes left and right, this goes up and down, are skew. Okay, parallel planes are planes that don't intersect. Okay, so for example, parallel planes would be like plane ABF, which is this top plane. So ABF is parallel to GCD, this bottom plane. Okay, so those two are planes that don't intersect. All right, next section is angle pairs formed by a transversal. So what is a transversal first? A transversal is a line that intersects two coplanar lines at 2 points. So let's draw an example. So here we have a line here, and we're going to have another line here. I'm on purpose not making them parallel, and then we'll have another line going through. So you'll notice that this line here, we'll call it line T, and this will be line R, and this will be line S. So line T is the transversal between R and S because it crosses R and S at 2 separate points, and also R and S are coplanar. So in this example, my transversal in my picture is line T, okay? Now you'll notice that we form 8 different angles here. So let's name those angles as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have 8 different angles, and these angles are angle pairs, and there are 4 different angle pairs. They're corresponding angles, we have alternate interior angles, we have alternate exterior angles, and we have same side interior angles. Okay, those are 4 different types of angle pairs. So corresponding angles are on the same side of the transversal, so same side of transversal and same side of the lines, the other 2 lines. So for example, in my picture here, angle 1 and angle 5 are both to the left of transversal T, and they're also both above my two lines R and S. So angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. There are other corresponding angles. 3 and 7 are both to the left and both underneath. So 3 and 7 are also corresponding. 2 and 6 are also corresponding because they're both to the right of angle T, or sorry, line T, and they're both above lines R and S. And last, 4 and 8 are also corresponding. They're both to the right of line T, and they're both below R and S. Those are corresponding angles. Alternate interior angles are on alternate sides of transversal, and they are both interior of lines. So opposite sides and interior. So interior angles are 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are interior. And then exterior is here, up here, and here. Those are exterior angles, okay? So interior and then exterior. So alternate interiors are on alternate sides. So they're like 5 and 4 are on alternate sides of the transversal, and they're also interior. So angle 4 and angle 5 are alternate interior angles. Also angle 3 and 6 are alternate interior angles. Okay, alternate exterior angles are alternate. They're on alternate again. Side of transversal. And exterior of lines. So for example, 7 and 2 are alternate exterior angles. 7, angle 7, and angle 2, because they are on alternate sides of the transversal and they're in the exterior. Another pair is 1 and 8. 1 and 8 are also alternate exterior. Last is same side interior angles. So those are on the same side of the transversal and interior of lines. So same side of the transversal, like 3 and 5, and interior, they're both interior. So angle 3 and angle 5 are same side interior. Also 4 and 6 are another pair of same side interior angles. Okay, so let's do one more example. We have here on number 12 in the back, get organized. So what are my corresponding angles? There are always going to be 4 sets of corresponding angles. And the rest of these, there will always only be 2 sets of the rest of these. So corresponding angles would be like 1 and 3. So angle 1 and angle 3 are a set. 2 and 4 are a set. 5 and 7 are a set, and 6 and 8 are a set. Now, the alternate interior would be like 2 and 7, because they're alternate and they're interior, and also 3 and 6 are another set. Okay, alternate exterior would be like 1 and 8, and 5 and 4. And the last same side interior would be 2 and 3, because they're on the same side in their interior, and also 6 and 7. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So we will go over some more examples in class time.